Hey everybody, I am back. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Tonight, this is going to be a VR for Darren over at Return to Collecting. I found Darren's channel pretty recently, and I really enjoy his videos. His collection is amazing. I mean, he's just got a lot of the stuff that I like. He has a lot of vintage, just an awesome collection, and he I like that he showcases a lot of players, which is really cool. I like to focus on, collecting certain players myself, and it's just fun to see what he has of guys like Randy Johnson and some of those players that I enjoyed watching as a kid. So he is doing a video response for his 600 subscribers, which he's actually already over 700 now, which speaks to the quality of his channel. Um, and I want to participate in that to put the word out about his channel. So if you're not familiar with Darren at Return to Collecting, I will put a link to his channel in the description of this video, and definitely give him a sub. You will not regret it. Awesome guy, awesome collection, like I said. And he wants us to share two of our favorite cards and also shout out three channels that have under 200 subscribers. So I will start with sharing two, I think, my two favorite cards. This was hard. I gave this a lot of thought, and I settled on two that I think fit the bill. I think fit the bill. Um, and these aren't necessarily my most valuable cards. In fact, they're not. I've got better, but they're not bad cards. These are still two big cards in my opinion, that I am super grateful to own. And the first one, if you do watch my channel, you have probably seen this one before. This is the 1986-87 Fleer sticker of Michael Jordan. You'll see it's an excellent mint 6, so I will get the grade in there just so you guys can see. Obviously, it's not perfect. The centering on it, it isn't the best, but it is a sharp card, but obviously you can see top to bottom it is off center. This card is a favorite of mine because I have had it for several years. I got this card back in like the mid 90s, as a teenager. There was a local card shop by my house where I grew up that I just really loved going to, and I went there, and I can't remember why, but my mom bought me the card, and I can't remember if it was because I'd gotten good grades or what it was. It wasn't a willy nilly purchase by my mom. I remember the card was like $100, raw, and I decided to open it out of its screw down. I should have showed the screw down. It was in this interesting screw down that it was clear, but then like the back piece was red. So it really the card looked cool in it. And that was a big reason why I wanted the card. Obviously at the time I wasn't looking at grading. I don't even think grading was a thing yet, and centering and that. It was funny back in those days, that just wasn't anything that, I just wanted the card. And it's funny because now I'm so picky on certain attributes about a card. Like for me, centering is my big thing. And I will actually take a lower grade card if the centering is good, over maybe a higher grade that's off center. The eye appeal is a big part for me, and creases. That's kind of my other thing. So, but anyway, this Jordan was in a screw down for years. I didn't touch it. I never opened it, and it wasn't in a penny sleeve. Thankfully, it was in one of those screw downs that did have the little recessed area for it. But I was still scared to take this thing out because I have just heard horror stories of cards from back in the day that had been in screw downs for a long time. You just hear these horror stories of like the cards getting flattened, the cards sticking and tearing when people try to take them out. So I was really nervous to take that card out of the screw down because that card really meant a lot to me and still means a lot to me. And so I was just terrified. I was just hoping, please don't be stuck to the screw down. Don't rip. Don't have a malfunction on me. And thankfully it did not. And I submitted it to PSA back in 2019. So it sat in that screw down tomb for over 20 years, and it came back a 6, which I'm fine with. It's my PC card, and this version just means the world to me. I love it, and so that one definitely makes the cut for me. Now, the second one is a more recent pickup, and again, if you watch my channel, you will have seen this one. Now, this one I got about a year. I don't know, probably about just over a year ago. It was about January of last year that I got this card. And it's interesting because I think this is the only card I have that has a qualifier on it. I usually do not go for qualifier grades, but this is a Sandy Koufax rookie and a PSA 3 miscut qualifier. Obviously, and you can see, that, oh, come on. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble with the focus here. You can see that that left edge there is, it's miscut. Obviously, it's wide right. No offense, Bills fans. But I have always wanted a Sandy Koufax rookie. Now, my mom and I, we went on a trip in the fall of 2022. We went down to Arizona, and there was an awesome card shop there, AZ Sports Cards. If you guys are in Arizona, you've probably been there. If you ever go to Arizona, I recommend going. It is my favorite shop in the valley. And we went to AZ Sports Cards, and they had just gotten a bunch of cards back from PSA. They had bought a collection that had a whole bunch of vintage in it, and I was just blown away. They had so many awesome cards, and I ended up buying a 1954 Jackie Robinson in a 1.5, but it just had beautiful eye appeal, and for me it was in my budget, right? Like I can't afford, I mean, I don't want to spend everything I have to get a certain grade. I mean, this one was a really good eye appeal card, and I bought that. And while we were there, this Koufax was in the case, and I remember telling my mom, like, man, that's a good looking Koufax. It's off center, but the clarity on the photo, and you can see it right there. There's no fuzz. There's no creases in it. I mean, it's just a really nice looking copy. The centering could be better, but I just had told her, I said, gosh, that's a grail card. I really want to have a Koufax rookie someday. That's a card I really want to have in my collection someday. So, but it was way more money than I brought with me for the trip, and I didn't want to spend all my money just on one purchase too. We were there for a few days, so I ended up, I bought the Robinson, and I noticed the day that I bought the Robinson, I waited a few days into the trip, but to kind of make up my mind, I wanted to go to some other shops and see what they had, and then we went back, and I remember seeing that the Koufax was gone. And I remember being like, man, that Koufax, it's gone. Part of me was kind of thinking about getting it, and it had sold. So I was like, well, I missed the boat on Koufax, but, that's okay. It was a lot of money. I'm going to just buy the Jackie. So I got the Jackie, and that was in, I think we were there in like October, where, the Eagles were in town, and that's why we were there. We went down to see the Eagles play the Cardinals. I'm a huge Eagles fan. And so we got back, and fast forward a couple months, and I work not too far from where my parents live, and so my mom was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Let's go to lunch. Are you available?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we met up at Chili's, kind of by my office, and we ate. And as we were wrapping up, she goes, "Hey, you know what?" And this is like in January. And she goes, "Hey, you know what? I actually had a Christmas gift for you that it just totally spaced my mind. I forgot to give it to you on Christmas. Here you go." And she hands me this box, and I was like, man, I wonder what's this? This is totally unexpected. And I opened it up, and inside this box was this Koufax. And so she went and explained that when I was shopping at the card shop, I mean, AZ's, it's a big shop. There's a lot to see. I was going through some boxes, so I wasn't paying attention. I was just rummaging through some stuff. And she hit up the worker and was like, "Hey, like I want to, discreetly, like, hey, I want to buy that Koufax but let's, don't let him see, because I'm going to give it to him as a gift." And so I was just completely blown away. Like I had no idea that she did that. I mean, that was just the coolest thing. And so that card It's a 3. It's got a qualifier. You know, some people might poo-poo that, but for me, and this the personal sentimental meaning behind that card, just having that, and just as such an awesome surprise from my mom, that card's just going to mean a lot. That'll just be treasured forever. So I love that Koufax. You could give me a PSA 10 and I would not love it as much as I love that 3, just because that card means so much. So that one, that was a no doubter. Going to be in my top 2, and I think that Jordan is another one, just because again it was a gift from, and as a kid, you know, that was the closest to a Jordan rookie that I figured I would ever get, you know, and Michael Jordan was still playing at the time, and I mean it was just such a huge card to get, you know. So those are definitely my 2, I think, after giving it some thought. Koufax was a no doubter, and after mulling it over, Jordan made the cut. So that's what I've got. I want to give a quick shout out to 3 channels under 200 that definitely need some more love. Go check these guys out. They're great channels. First one I want to shout out is Scoots Collectibles. He's been awesome to watch my videos. I appreciate his support, and I want you guys to give him your support as well. You will not regret it. He has got some really awesome Pirates cards. He does some really cool team set stuff. He recently completed the 75 top set. Love seeing that. He also did a recent SGC submission that he does a reveal on as well. So Scoots Collectibles, I will link his channel. He's just under 200. Let's see if we can get him up over 200. The next one is a fairly recent channel that I found through my buddy Brian at Bear Cards 34. I love football cards as well, and I love seeing football card content. I'm trying to beef up my football collection all the time because I feel like I have mostly been a baseball, basketball collector. The last few years, I've definitely gotten a lot more into football, and so I think football, though, still I'm trying to beef up and improve my collection there. And so I love watching football card content. Steeler Cards 7. Check him out. He's a huge Pittsburgh Steeler fan, and he shows mail days and pickups that he gets as well. And he has got some awesome Steeler cards that he shows. So definitely give him a look. You will not regret it. He's got a great channel. And then the last one, love this guy's channel as well, D's Collection. And he has some really awesome vintage stuff. He just recently showed a 1970 Topps football set. I'm so envious. I'm trying to build that set. I would love to have it completed someday, but I am in the early stages of starting that set. I do have the OJ rookie, but I've got a long way to go. So he just recently showed the complete set. So it was very awesome to see that. And then he has got an awesome collection of signed baseballs as well. He'll show those. And it's just fun to see what he's getting. So D's Collection, give him a sub as well. So again, just to recap it, Darren, I hope this video get you some more subs. You definitely deserve it. So again, sub Darren at Return to Collecting, sub Scoots Collectibles, Steeler Cards 7, and D's Collection. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you on the next video. Oh, and that's right, I forgot, before I go, we got to say which drawing we want to enter for Darren's giveaway. He's giving away some amazingly generous gifts. I would be floored to win any of them. But I guess I will throw my hat in the ring for the Willie Mays card. So the golden era, I believe is what that one is in. I want to say vintage, but because to me it's vintage, but I know he's giving away an even older card than that. So I believe it's golden era Willie Mays, baby. Hope we can win it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video.